Hello, and welcome. Tonight we will drift slowly into another time. A journey through the forgotten corners of history. In this video, you will hear quiet stories of medieval cities, their crowded markets, their hidden taverns, the women and men who struggled to survive, and the secret places where night never truly slept. We will move slowly, scene by scene, like walking down a dim old street, pausing to notice the sounds, the faces, the lives, until, gently, the past surrounds us. This is not fast history. It is soft history, meant to calm your mind and carry you into sleep. If you enjoy this journey, please consider pressing like or leaving a gentle comment about what part of history fascinates you most. It helps this channel grow, and it means we can keep telling more quiet stories for you. So now, close your eyes, and let us begin. Imagine you are walking through the narrow streets of an old medieval town. Evening is slowly falling. The houses are made of wood, many leaning to one side, some already broken. The stone streets are muddy, filled with straw, waste, and puddles from the day's rain. From one corner, the smell of roasted meat drifts through the air. From another, the sharp, sour scent of old beer lingers. The streets are crowded. Merchants shout, beggars call for coins, and drunken laughter spills out of taverns. But then, you notice a different part of town, a place with brighter lights and louder voices. This is the red light quarter of the medieval city. Here, taverns and brothels stand side by side. Their doors are wide open, windows draped with red cloth. Inside, you hear music, bursts of laughter, the clinking of mugs, and sometimes the sudden crash of a fight breaking out. Most of the women here came from hard lives. Some are widows. Some are orphans. Some escaped the countryside, searching for food and shelter. No one asks questions. No one checks papers. If you arrive, you work, and you try to survive. There are rules here to no stealing, no fighting among workers, no sleeping while on duty, and most important, never reveal the names of the men who come here. For sometimes they are wealthy merchants, sometimes priests, sometimes powerful men who must remain hidden. It is a dangerous place, but also, strangely, a place of friendship. The women share meals, tell stories, and protect each other when trouble comes. As the night grows darker, this quarter of the city grows louder. Beer mugs slam against wooden tables. Crowds spill into the streets. Someone plays a lute, while down the alley, two men start to argue. This was daily life in the medieval city. Light and noise, laughter and sorrow, all mixed together. And behind every smile, there was a fight to survive. Morning comes slowly in the medieval city. The bells of the church tower ring, calling people awake, calling them to work. Down in the marketplace, the streets are alive. Merchants set up their wooden stalls. They lay out bread, cheese, and salted fish, fabrics from faraway lands, bright dyes, leather shoes, small knives and tools. All are spread for people to see. The smell of fresh bread mixes with the smell of animals. Chickens flap their wings in cages. Goats bleat. Pigs squeal as they are led to market. The sound is never quiet. Shouts, laughter, bargaining. A farmer argues with a merchant over the price of onions. A baker offers a loaf, still warm from the oven. Children slip through the crowd, eyes wide, hands reaching for fruit when no one looks. The market is not only for food. It is the heart of the city. News travels here first. Whispers of war, rumors of plague, or stories of kings and queens far away. For many, this is the only place they feel connected. The only place where they can see faces from every walk of life. The poor, the rich, the stranger passing through. Here, all meet together. As the sun rises higher, the square grows hotter, the air thicker with dust, smoke, and voices. It is crowded, messy, loud, but it is life. When the market is full, you can close your eyes and almost feel the city breathing, the heartbeat of thousands of lives pressed close together. As the sun sinks low, the marketplace begins to quiet, but the taverns come alive. From the outside, a tavern looks simple, a wooden door, smoke curling from the chimney, the faint sound of voices inside. Step through the door, and the world changes. The air is heavy with the smell of ale, spilled beer soaking into wooden floors. A fire burns in the hearth, casting flickering shadows on the walls. Men sit shoulder to shoulder on long benches, mugs in their hands, voices raised in laughter and song. A traveling musician strums a lute in the corner, while others clap and pound the table in rhythm. At another table, merchants whisper in low voices, trading secrets, making quiet deals. In the back, two men play dice, their faces tense as coins clatter on the wood. The tavern is more than a place to drink. It is the city's meeting hall, its gossip center, its stage for songs, stories, and arguments. For some, it is escape, a place to forget the cold and the hunger of the streets. For others, it is business, the place to find workers, buy goods, or hire someone for a dangerous task. But as the night grows deeper, the laughter sometimes turns to shouting. A fight might break out, a mug thrown, a knife flashing in the firelight. And yet, in the corner, someone hums a soft tune, a lullaby from the countryside, reminding everyone that even here, in the noise and smoke, life carries a gentler side. As evening settles over the city, the sounds of the marketplace and taverns begin to fade. Candles are lit in windows, flickering softly against the darkening streets. In the center of the town stands the church, its tall stone walls quiet and still, except for the gentle tolling of the bell. People begin to gather slowly, some in hurried steps, some moving as if in a dream. Inside, the air smells of incense and old wood. The pews are simple and worn, but they hold the weight of generations. A priest quietly moves along the aisles, lighting candles and whispering prayers. The townspeople kneel, their heads bowed, their hands clasped. Some pray for health, some for safety, some for a better life tomorrow. In this calm space, the worries of the streets seem distant. The crowded market, the tavern noise, even the harsh work of the women in the red light district, all fade into a gentle hush. And yet, even here, the city's heartbeat is present. The faint creak of the wooden door, the whisper of a hooded figure stepping in, the soft echo of footsteps on stone. For many, these prayers are not just for the gods. They are a moment to gather courage, to seek hope for another day, to find peace before the night returns. As the candles burn lower, the city outside grows quiet. And in that quiet, you can almost hear the soft rhythm of life itself, steady, slow, enduring. In the shadows of the city's red light streets, behind doors draped with faded red cloth, a different world quietly hums. Here, the women go about their lives, their days and nights a delicate balance between work, survival, and small comforts. Some are young, some older, some arrived recently, others have lived here for many years. All have stories hidden behind their eyes, stories of hardship, escape, and resilience. The rooms are small and dimly lit, beds creaky, sheets worn thin, but each woman makes the space her own. With the little she can find, a patch of cloth, a borrowed comb, a tiny candle to chase the shadows. They share meals quietly, stew, bread, sometimes eggs, and in the small warmth of the kitchen, laughter often bubbles up, soft and brief, a momentary shield against the difficulties outside. Here, rules are unspoken but understood. Trust is earned slowly. A lie could bring danger. A gesture of kindness could mean survival. They watch each other, help each other, and sometimes, quietly, protect each other from the world beyond these walls. Even in exhaustion, even in fear, there is companionship. They whisper stories, share advice, laugh softly at small absurdities, and quietly hope for better days. Outside, the street remains noisy, but inside these walls, life moves at its own pace, slow, deliberate, measured, a rhythm designed to endure. And as the night deepens, their world becomes a quiet sanctuary, a fragile living space, where survival, solidarity, and small comforts are all intertwined. As the city drifts deeper into night, the market stalls stand empty, the tavern songs fade, and a hush settles over the streets. Street lamps flicker, casting pools of dim light on the cobblestones. Shadows stretch long across the narrow alleys. The sound of distant footsteps echoes softly, sometimes a cart rolling slowly over uneven stones, sometimes the faint clatter of a stray animal searching for scraps. The red light quarter, which buzzed with voices and music, now moves at a different rhythm. The women who work there return to their small rooms, tidying what they can, lighting a candle, and preparing for the night ahead. Some pace quietly, thinking of the day behind them. Some sit by the window, listening to the city breathing, watching the smoke rise from chimneys, watching the stars emerge slowly, one by one. Even in the quiet, life does not fully stop. The streets are never completely empty. A lone merchant counts coins in a corner. A soldier passes silently, checking the gates. A cat slips along the walls, unseen but present. And in these quiet hours, the city feels alive in a gentle, patient way. It is a living story of people moving through their struggles, their hopes, their tiny victories, all unfolding under the soft glow of night. In this calm, you can imagine the slow, steady pulse of life, the shared breaths of a city that never truly sleeps, and the quiet determination of those who inhabit its narrow streets. The night slowly passes, and with the first hints of dawn, the city begins to stir again. The women of the red light quarter rise from their small beds, stretching tired limbs, preparing for another day of work and survival. The rooms are quiet at first, save for the soft rustle of fabric and the faint creak of floorboards. They sweep the small floors, patch worn clothes, and fetch water from the street. Some cook simple meals, stew or bread warmed over a small flame. It is not a life of luxury, but it is a life of careful routines, each small action a step toward survival. Outside, the streets awaken slowly. Merchants carry baskets of fresh bread and vegetables. Children run between stalls, laughing, chasing one another, while dogs follow behind, sniffing for crumbs. The sounds are gentle at first, a soft murmur of life beginning anew. Inside the houses, the women gather quietly, sharing news from the night, helping each other with small tasks, or simply sitting together, letting the brief comfort of companionship ease their tired minds. There is a rhythm to their days. Work, rest, preparation, small joys. Moments of laughter, a shared story, a quiet glance exchanged over a simple meal. These small gestures carry weight, holding up the heavy reality of the world outside. And so the city moves forward, step by step, hour by hour, a quiet dance of survival, hope and routine. Even amidst hardship, there is life, there is warmth, and there is a quiet resilience that carries everyone through until the night returns. As evening approaches, the red light quarter slowly fills with life again. Men of all kinds arrive quietly, some alone, some in small groups. A lonely widower, his face lined with worry and loss. The traveling merchant, carrying coins and stories from faraway towns. A knight, weary and rough, looking for comfort after a day of duty. Even students, curious and shy, slip quietly through the streets, hoping to learn about the world beyond their cloisters. The women know them all by glance, by subtle gestures, by the way their voices shift in the dim light. They are skilled observers, reading moods and intentions without words. Payment comes in many forms. Sometimes coins, copper or silver. Sometimes food, vegetables, eggs, a loaf of bread. Occasionally, a strange gift, a small carved figure, or a basket of dried fruit. Every tip, every gift, every smile counts. It is not just money. It is survival, recognition, and respect. Some men are generous, leaving coins without fuss, offering stories and laughter in exchange. Others are harsh, or try to cheat, and the women quickly learn who can be trusted. And yet, there is more than business here. Sometimes small friendships form, small connections, fleeting moments of understanding between two people who barely know each other. Even in this night, in this work, there is life and complexity. Every visitor, every encounter, becomes a part of the story of the streets. A story of survival, of quiet observation, and the constant balance between danger and safety. Life in the red light quarter is not without structure. Even amidst the noise, the smells, and the chaos, there are rules that must be followed. Rules that keep everyone safe. Rules that allow life to continue quietly and carefully. The women know them well. No stealing from each other. No fighting over customers. No sleeping on the job. And never reveal the identities of certain visitors, for some must remain secret, hidden in the shadows of the city. The madam of the house watches closely, her eyes noticing every movement, every whispered word. She keeps the peace, settles disputes, and ensures that the house runs smoothly. Her authority is firm but protective, a lifeline in a world that can be unforgiving. Outside, the law is uncertain, unpredictable. Sometimes city guards arrive, checking for licenses, or perhaps just looking for coins. Bribery is common, and a smile, a small gift, or a clever excuse can prevent trouble. And yet, the women are clever, learning quickly how to read the room, how to manage visitors, how to protect each other and themselves. Every day is a careful balance between work and rest, between danger and safety, between survival and hope. In this world, rules are not just instructions. They are tools for living, for navigating the complex web of people, power, and necessity. And understanding them is the key to surviving another night and another day in the quiet, persistent rhythm of the streets. In the small rooms of the red light quarter, life is lived closely together. Beds are narrow, shared or side by side. Floors are swept when there is time, and water is fetched from the street or a nearby well. Bathing is rare, a weekly event when everyone gathers, washing quickly, helping each other, more for comfort and community than true cleanliness. Fleas and lice are frequent visitors, and combs, herbs, and homemade powders are used to keep them at bay as best they can. Soap is precious and often poor in quality. A little vinegar, a bit of sand, anything that might clean or freshen is used. Medical care is simple and practical. The local barber or doctor tends to cuts, bruises, or fevers. Herbal remedies are common, as are prayers and charms for protection. When illness strikes, the women care for each other quietly, sharing what little they have. A warm broth, a soft bed, a gentle hand. Even amidst the harshness, small acts of care become lifelines. A braid untangled, the dress patched, a quiet word of encouragement. These are the tools of survival. In the red light quarter, health and hygiene are not just about the body. They are about community, about looking out for one another, and finding small ways to maintain dignity. In a world that can be unforgiving, and as night falls again, after a day of work and care, the women gather quietly, sharing stories, laughter, and comfort, preparing for another night of life in the streets. Life in the red light quarter is never simple, and money flows slowly, sometimes barely at all. The women earn in coins, sometimes silver, sometimes copper. Occasionally, payment comes in kind. A basket of eggs, a loaf of bread, or a strange little gift from a customer. The madam keeps a careful ledger. She deducts rent, meals, and small fines. Debt is common, growing quietly, like a shadow over daily life. Some women hide coins in secret pouches or jars, saving little by little for a future they hope for. The brothel economy is a delicate balance. A generous customer today may ease tomorrow's worries. A missed payment or a theft can create weeks of struggle. Yet through it all, life continues, day by day, night by night, each woman finding her rhythm, her own way to survive. Sometimes there is hope, a coin saved, a customer who tips generously, or a festival where fortunes can change. Sometimes there is disappointment, a day of hard work with little reward, a debt that seems to grow faster than the coins can be earned. In this small, crowded world, money is more than currency. It is freedom, security, and survival. It dictates the day, the choices, and the path ahead. And yet, even under the weight of debt, the women find ways to care for each other, share what they can, and hold on to small sparks of hope. That another day might be easier, gentler, kinder. Even in the narrow, crowded rooms of the red light quarter, life is not only work and survival. There are moments of tenderness, quiet connections that offer warmth in a harsh world. Sometimes, a customer becomes more than just a visitor. A smile, a gentle word, a shared story. These can grow into small, fragile bonds. Friendships blossom between the women as well. Deep, loyal, often unspoken. Carried in gestures, shared chores, and soft laughter late at night. Love here is practical, sometimes fleeting, sometimes messy, complicated by debt or rules of the house. Weddings are rare, celebrated with quiet joy. But even small partnerships offer hope, a sense that life can hold more than work and struggle. Emotions are shared carefully. Confidences are whispered in the quiet of the kitchen or along dimly lit hallways. A story told, a secret shared, becomes a small thread that ties one life to another. Even heartbreak finds its place here. Loss, disappointment, or betrayal is softened by the support of companions who understand. The women comfort one another, holding each other steady against the storms of life outside. In this way, the red light quarter becomes more than a workplace. It becomes a fragile, living community, built on trust, small joys, quiet laughter, and the subtle, enduring power of human connection. And as night deepens, these bonds hold, softly, silently, keeping hope alive until the next day arrives. Even in the heart of the red light quarter, faith has its place. The women pray quietly, sometimes at a small candle in their room, sometimes whispered as they move through the streets. They pray for many things: for safety through the night, for health, for better customers, or simply for strength to face another day. Confession is awkward, sometimes brief, but the priests offer guidance, however generic it may be. The women know it is not always about forgiveness, but about maintaining hope and holding on to a sense of order. In a world that can feel chaotic, the house itself observes some rituals. Small services are held when a priest visits, or when a festival approaches. Candles are lit, words murmured, and even those who question their faith join in the quiet rhythm, a moment of pause and reflection in their busy lives. The relationship with the church is complicated. Nuns may offer small acts of charity, but keep their distance. Clergy sometimes visit for guidance, sometimes for taxes, and sometimes for reasons no one can fully understand. Yet, in these moments of prayer, there is comfort. Even a short, whispered hope can provide warmth and strength. Faith in this world is not always grand or solemn, but quiet, practical, and necessary. A gentle hand guiding the women through the shadows and challenges of daily life. Life in the red light quarter is never entirely peaceful. Even behind closed doors, there are rivalries, alliances, and careful negotiations. The madam of the house watches closely, not only over her own workers, but also over the unspoken competition between neighboring houses. Territory, clients, and small resources must be managed carefully, with tact, wisdom, and sometimes quiet cunning. Raids by city guards are frequent. A sudden knock, a glimpse of lantern light, and the women spring into practiced motion. Rooms are tidied, evidence hidden, and everyone knows their part in the brief performance. Bribes are common. A coin slipped quietly into a guard's hand, a plate of food offered, or a story whispered to distract or placate. These small acts keep the house running, protecting both the women and the business itself. Even amidst tension and uncertainty, there is solidarity. The women help each other hide, warn each other of danger, and support each other when rules are bent or broken. Politics here are quiet, unspoken, but always present. They shape daily life as much as the work itself, reminding everyone that survival is not just about skill or luck, but about knowing the people around you, reading intentions, and moving carefully through the web of relationships that surround them. In this way, the red light quarter is a small kingdom of its own, a place where every action matters, and where the women learn, slowly and surely, how to endure another day and face another night. Time moves quietly in the red light quarter, and with it the women change. Youth does not last forever, and as bodies grow tired and work becomes harder, many women find new roles within the house. Some become laundresses, handling the endless washing of clothes and linens. Some take on the role of cooks, preparing simple meals for the house with care and skill. Others become mentors, guiding younger women through the rhythms of life here, teaching them the rules, the secrets, and the delicate art of survival. There is no formal retirement, no clear endpoint to this work, but these transitions allow women to remain part of the community, to share their knowledge, and to find a place where experience becomes invaluable. Older women are the keepers of memory. They remember stories, rules, and lessons learned through long nights and difficult days. Their advice is sought quietly, their presence a comforting anchor in a world that often feels unpredictable. Even as the years pass, hope continues. Some dream of opening their own small businesses, others imagine a quiet life outside the district, while many simply find satisfaction in the bonds they have forged and the respect they have earned. In this way, aging is not an ending, but the transformation. The red light quarter continues to move forward, guided in part by the wisdom of those who have endured, survived, and learned how to navigate the delicate, complex world they call home. Outside the brothel walls, the streets of the red light district pulse with life. Merchants set up their stalls, children weave through the crowd, dogs and cats dart between the legs of passers-by. Every day brings small stories, a festival with music drifting through narrow alleys, a fight that quickly dissolves into laughter, a quiet exchange of goods or whispered secrets. The women often act as observers, informants, helpers, even healers, offering advice, care, or a gentle word to those who pass through. Despite hardships, dreams flourish quietly here. Some imagine leaving the district, starting fresh in a distant town, or finding a love that offers safety and peace. Others dream of small pleasures, a warm meal, a new dress, a quiet corner where the world slows for a moment. In these streets, life is unpredictable yet resilient. Regrets mingle with hope, hardship with humor, and even in the darkest corners, light finds its way, in laughter, in care, in the tiny acts of kindness that keep the community alive. The red light quarter is more than survival. It is a stage for stories, a neighborhood rich with human connection, and a place where dreams, however fragile, persist with a stubborn grace. And as night falls once again, the city exhales, and those who inhabit these streets carry their quiet hopes forward, ready to meet the rhythm of another day. As the first light of dawn gently brushes the rooftops, the city begins to slow its breath. The once bustling streets are quiet, save for the distant calls of a rooster, or the soft creak of a cart rolling down cobblestones. Inside the red light quarter, the women move with care, tidying their rooms, counting coins, preparing for a few moments of rest. There is little privacy, yet a quiet camaraderie fills the air. Soft laughter, whispered plans, shared glances that speak of endurance and understanding. The day never truly ends here, and there are no real days off. Still, these early hours offer a fleeting pause, a moment to breathe, to remember, to hold onto the small comforts that sustain them. The cycle continues: work, survival, hope, and preparation, each day blending into the next. Yet within this endless rhythm, there is resilience, a gentle persistence that carries the women forward. As the city awakens, the red light quarter remains a quiet heart, beating steadily with the lives, dreams, and unspoken strength of those who call it home. And so, as you listen now, you may feel the calm of a world that moves slowly, filled with small acts of care, courage, and the quiet determination to endure another day. Even as the city wakes and streets fill with noise, the red light quarter holds secrets in its shadows. Whispers travel softly through narrow hallways, carried by footsteps, the rustle of skirts, or the quiet creak of doors opening and closing. Some secrets are small, a hidden coin, a borrowed ribbon, a favor owed. Others are weightier, a visitor's identity, a debt, or a delicate rumor. The women guard these secrets carefully. To reveal too much could mean danger. To withhold too much could mean mistrust. Here, discretion is as valuable as silver. Eyes meet briefly, a knowing glance is exchanged, and life continues quietly, each woman navigating the invisible threads that connect her to others and to the city beyond. Even amidst hardship, these quiet moments of subtle communication bring a sense of control and safety, a delicate balance in a world that can feel unpredictable. As dusk falls, the city hums softly once more. Music drifts through the streets. A lute, a fiddle, a soft drumbeat, played by wandering musicians or a neighbor's child. Inside the brothels, laughter bubbles quietly, soft stories are told, and tales of distant towns or old adventures mix with memories of past nights. The women listen and share, finding joy in fleeting moments. It is a gentle rebellion against the hardships of daily life, a reminder that even in work and struggle, humanity thrives. Nighttime stories weave through the rooms, sometimes whispered, sometimes chuckled aloud, and in these shared tales, a small, quiet magic brings comfort, offering warmth and connection. As the city outside grows dark, not every visitor is familiar. A stranger may appear in the quarter, a traveling merchant, a wandering knight, or a student curious about the world beyond his town. The women watch carefully, noticing subtle details, the way he carries himself, the glint in his eye, the rhythm of his footsteps. Some strangers bring news from afar, exchanging stories, laughter, or small gifts. Others are more cautious, testing boundaries, and the women must read their intentions with patience and practiced care. Even fleeting encounters leave their mark. A smile shared, a coin given, a whispered word. These moments ripple quietly through the quarter, connecting the lives within the brothel to the wider city. As dawn fades and the day stretches forward, the women attend to their daily chores, sweeping the narrow floors, washing small piles of clothes, and repairing tattered garments. They move with quiet purpose. Every task is part of a rhythm, a way to maintain some order in a life that can feel unpredictable. Even the smallest chores carry meaning. A polished piece of silver, a neatly folded sheet, or a patch sewn with care. These actions reflect resilience, pride, and the shared understanding of living together. Though repetitive, the work is punctuated by small joys. A shared laugh, a quiet song, or the satisfaction of a task completed. In these moments, life feels steady, and the women hold on to the sense that they can endure another day. As afternoon slips into evening, preparation for the night begins. The women adjust clothing, tend to their appearance, and ready the rooms for visitors. Candles are placed in windows, softening the glow of the streets. There is a subtle excitement in the air, a mixture of anticipation and caution. Each woman knows that the night will bring its challenges, customers to entertain, trouble to avoid, and secrets to guard. Yet there is also quiet strength. Preparation is a form of control, a way to face the unknown hours with confidence and skill. Small rituals take place, a braid adjusted, a simple pinch of herbs for fragrance, a whispered word shared with a friend. These small acts carry the weight of routine, comfort, and readiness for what the night will hold. Not every night unfolds as planned. Sometimes, unexpected visitors arrive. A wandering noble, a curious student, or a local official with unknown intentions. The women respond quickly, reading the mood, observing carefully, and deciding how to engage. A friendly smile, a polite word, or a tactful deflection. Each action is carefully measured. These encounters are part of the rhythm of life. They test patience, wit, and awareness. And even when stressful, they remind the women that adaptability is as important as strength, and that each night holds lessons for those who listen closely. Even in the busiest moments, quiet corners exist for conversation. A whispered story about a traveler, a shared laugh over a small mishap, or advice given to a younger woman. These exchanges are the heartbeats of the community. Here, relationships deepen, trust is built, and the shared knowledge of survival is passed down. Though fleeting, these moments are essential. They provide comfort, reassurance, and a reminder that life continues, even in the midst of work, chaos, and challenge. As night deepens, the first guests begin to appear. Some are familiar faces, greeted with smiles and soft conversation. Others are strangers, their presence observed with caution and curiosity. The women move with practiced ease, balancing charm, care, and vigilance. They entertain, guide, and protect, all at once, showing skill in reading the room and in creating a sense of comfort for their visitors. Even small gestures, a kind word, a gentle touch, can make the difference between a peaceful evening and an evening fraught with tension. The rhythm of night has begun, and the women step into their roles, ready to navigate the hours with grace, skill, and subtle strength. The city grows quiet outside, but within the red light quarter, life pulses steadily. Night deepens, and the women move with practiced grace. Each step, each glance, each smile is measured. They entertain, they protect, they guide. Every interaction is layered with care and attention, a quiet understanding of what is needed and how to keep the night smooth. The flicker of candlelight dances on walls, casting shadows that seem alive. Laughter floats softly through the rooms, mixed with the quiet hum of conversation. Even amidst challenges, there is a rhythm to these hours. The women know the night is long, but they move through it with resilience, finding small comforts and moments of connection in the spaces between work and survival. In quiet corners, away from the eyes of strangers, the women share stories. Tales of distant towns, of past adventures, of small victories and clever tricks learned over time. Some stories are funny, some wistful, and some carry lessons quietly imparted to younger women. These moments are sacred. In the darkness, trust is built and bonds are strengthened. Whispered laughter echoes softly, and for a brief time, the weight of the world feels lighter. The sharing of stories is more than entertainment. It is survival. It is memory, wisdom, and hope, passed from one heart to another, in the quiet intimacy of night. Not every visitor is easy. Some are impatient, disruptive, or disrespectful. The women have learned to read moods quickly. A look, a gesture, a carefully chosen word can calm tension before it grows. They juggle charm, firmness, and intuition, protecting both themselves and the household. Even in these moments, there is elegance in control. A difficult visitor becomes a challenge to navigate, a puzzle of human behavior that requires patience, skill, and subtle power. By the end of the encounter, safety is maintained, order is restored, and life flows onward, quietly, steadily, as if nothing had disturbed the rhythm of the night. Amid the work, small joys are cherished. A cup of warm broth, a whispered compliment from a colleague, the soft coo of a bird in the courtyard. These little comforts bring relief and happiness. Even the smallest gestures hold meaning. A braid adjusted, a patched dress admired, or a shared secret between friends. These moments remind the women that life is not only hardship, but also connection, care, and gentle pleasure. Night is long, but these simple joys carry them through, providing warmth, hope, and quiet reassurance until the early hours approach. As the night slowly gives way to dawn, the city outside stirs. The women begin to tidy rooms, count coins, and prepare for brief rest before the cycle begins again. The streets grow quieter, and the red light quarter seems to exhale, carrying the weight of hours past and the promise of another day. Even in exhaustion, there is a sense of accomplishment, of survival, of bonds maintained, and of small victories won against a challenging world. And as the first light touches the rooftops, the women pause for a moment of quiet reflection. They are ready to meet the next day, to continue the rhythm of life, to endure, to laugh, to hope, and to live fully within the heart of the city. Before the night fully awakens, there is a soft, fleeting quiet in the red light quarter. Candles flicker in narrow windows, casting gentle shadows across worn wooden floors. The air is thick with the sense of bread, herbs, and the faint remnants of the evening's laughter. The women move softly through the rooms, tidying, preparing, adjusting their attire. Each gesture is deliberate, careful, as if honoring the rhythm of the house itself. In this quiet, there is a moment to breathe, to feel the pulse of the quarter, to sense the bonds that tie each woman to another. A whispered word, a gentle nod, a shared glance, these small signals carry reassurance and calm. It is a fragile peace, soon to be swept away by the night's visitors. But in these few minutes, the women gather strength, ready to meet the coming hours, with grace, patience, and quiet resilience. As twilight deepens, the red light quarter begins to stir with a different energy. The women move with quiet purpose, adjusting clothing, combing hair, and arranging small candles to cast a warm, inviting glow. Every detail matters, from a neatly folded sheet to a freshly swept corner, for the house is both their sanctuary and their stage. Soft murmurs drift through the halls, whispered reminders of rules, quick instructions for handling visitors, or gentle encouragement to a friend preparing for the night ahead. There is anticipation in the air, a mixture of excitement and caution. Each woman knows the night will demand her attention, her skill, and her patience. And yet, in these preparations, there is comfort in routine and reassurance in the shared rhythm of the house. Even the smallest act, a brush of a sleeve, a quiet adjustment of a candle, a whispered word of support, becomes a thread that strengthens the fabric of their community. The quarter readies itself, quietly pulsing with life, as the first shadows of night deepen, and the city outside begins to slow. As night descends fully upon the city, the first visitors arrive at the red light quarter. Some are familiar faces, greeted with a warm smile and a practiced charm. Others are strangers, their presence measured carefully, observed with subtle glances and quiet assessment. The women move with skill and grace, balancing hospitality with vigilance. Every word, every gesture, is part of a delicate dance, to entertain, to protect, and to maintain the rhythm of the house. Even as laughter drifts through the rooms, and coins exchange hands, a quiet awareness hums beneath the surface. The women are attentive, ready to handle the unexpected, while maintaining calm and poise. In these first hours of the night, the quarter awakens fully, pulsing with life, energy, and the soft, enduring strength of those who call it home. As the night deepens, the women learn to read the subtle rhythms of the room. A shift in posture, a hesitation in speech, or the flicker of a candlelight across a face can speak volumes. They adjust their tone, their gestures, their presence to match the mood of those around them. It is a quiet skill honed over time, blending intuition, observation, and experience. Even the smallest interaction matters. A smile given at the right moment, a comforting word, or a gentle touch of reassurance can calm a tense atmosphere, turning uncertainty into ease. This ability to read, to sense, to respond is more than survival. It is artistry, subtle and unseen, woven into every movement, every glance, every quiet exchange that flows through the red light quarter. Not every night flows smoothly. Sometimes an unexpected challenge arises. A loud customer, a sudden argument, or an unwelcome guest wandering too close. The women respond quietly, with practiced calm and subtle efficiency. A glance exchanged across the room, a gentle word whispered, or a small gesture of redirection can diffuse tension before it grows. Even in these moments, there is grace in their actions. The women balance vigilance with hospitality, ensuring both safety and the continued rhythm of the night. These challenges are part of the life they know. Each one teaches patience, resilience, and quiet courage. And as the difficulty passes, order returns, and the gentle flow of the night continues, each woman strengthened by the lessons learned. In the soft, shadowed corners of the red light quarter, in the quiet pauses between visitors, friendship quietly blossoms within the red light quarter. A shared smile, a whispered joke, or a simple gesture of support creates a connection that goes beyond mere survival. These bonds are lifelines, offering comfort in long nights and hard days. A younger woman may learn a small trick from an elder, or a moment of shared laughter can ease the weight of exhaustion. The women care for each other in subtle ways, watching for signs of fatigue, offering small bits of food, or stepping in to handle a tricky situation. Even amidst chaos and uncertainty, these friendships provide warmth, sense of belonging, and quiet reassurance that no one endures the night alone. As the night wears on, soft music drifts through the rooms and narrow hallways. A lute, a flute, or the gentle tapping of a drum mixes with quiet laughter and murmured conversation. These sounds create a soothing rhythm, a gentle backdrop to the life unfolding within the quarter. Even amidst work and responsibility, moments of joy find their way. A shared song, a remembered story, or a small playful exchange brings light into the shadows. Music and laughter are more than distraction. They are balm for tired hearts, connecting the women to one another and to the humanity that threads through every long night. In these hours, the quarter breathes, alive with the quiet celebration of life, even in a world of challenges and relentless routine. In the quieter corners of the red light quarter, lessons are passed from one woman to another. An elder shows a younger how to calm a nervous visitor, or how to discreetly manage a small disagreement. A shared tip about clothing, hygiene, or household survival becomes part of the unspoken knowledge that sustains the community. These lessons are often subtle, woven into stories, gestures, and quiet conversation. No formal teaching exists here, just the patient passing of experience and the careful guidance that only time can provide. Through these moments, the women learn resilience, patience, and strategy. And in turn, they gain the quiet assurance that they are part of a living, breathing network of support and understanding, even in a world that feels unpredictable and harsh. Even in a well-ordered night, unexpected events find their way into the red light quarter. A late visitor appears, a neighbor complains, or a small accident spills across the wooden floors. The women respond quietly and efficiently. A glance, a gentle word, or a subtle hand gesture can redirect attention, soothe tension, and restore calm without drawing unnecessary notice. These moments test patience and skill, but they also reveal the quiet strength that underpins daily life here. Even challenges become part of the rhythm, reminding each woman that adaptability, calm observation, and the support of her friends are the tools that carry her through the night. Amid the constant motion of the night, there are small moments shared quietly among the women. A soft laugh over a forgotten trinket, a whispered story about a visitor from another town, or a comforting word to a friend feeling tired. These moments create warmth in the midst of the demanding hours. The red light quarter is more than a workplace. It is a living community. Every shared glance, every small act of kindness weaves bonds that carry each woman through long nights and challenging days. In these gentle exchanges, the weight of work is lightened, and even fleeting joy feels profound. The women take comfort in these simple connections, and the quiet moments become a source of resilience. that endures long after the night has passed. In the quiet corners of the red light quarter, stories of the past drift softly through the air. An elder woman recalls a clever trick from years ago, a tale of survival or a fleeting romance. These whispers of the past are shared gently, not to boast, but to teach, to amuse, and to remind the younger women of the lessons embedded in experience. The stories are like threads, connecting present struggles to past victories, and weaving a sense of continuity through the night. Even as the candlelight flickers softly and shadows stretch along the walls, the women listen with quiet attention. They take comfort in knowing that every challenge faced before them has been met and overcome, and that they are part of a living tradition of resilience. As the night deepens, even the smallest tasks take on a gentle rhythm. The women sweep the floors with quiet care, fold clothes that have been washed and dried, and tidy the rooms to restore a sense of order. Every movement is deliberate, a soft dance of routine that comforts the mind and soul. Even in the mundane, there is purpose, each chore a thread in the tapestry of daily life, a small act that brings calm and a feeling of control. Shared laughter may accompany a minor mishap, or a whispered comment may ease the repetition of labor. Through these simple, familiar actions, the women find quiet satisfaction and a gentle reminder that even in a challenging world, they can create spaces of order, care, and connection. In the dim glow of the red light quarter, the women hone the subtle art of observation. A quiet glance across a crowded room, a shift in posture noticed just in time, or the faintest hint of hesitation in a visitor's voice can speak volumes. They learn to sense moods, anticipate needs, and respond with gentle skill. Every small detail matters, for understanding the flow of the night ensures safety, harmony, and a measure of control. Observation is more than vigilance. It is empathy, intuition, and quiet intelligence. Through watching and listening, the women navigate the unpredictable rhythm of their world, transforming each moment of uncertainty into an opportunity for calm, for care, and for grace. Even in the busiest hours, the women find moments of small comfort. A warm cup of herbal tea, the softness of a freshly washed sheet, or a whispered word from a friend can bring solace amidst the long night. These small comforts are treasured, reminders that life holds gentle joys even in hardship. They are acts of self-care and care for one another, quiet gestures that strengthen bonds and soothe tired hearts. In these moments, laughter may drift softly, a story may be shared, and the women remember the enduring strength found in simple, quiet pleasures. Even as night continues to unfold, these tiny comforts offer reassurance, a sense of belonging, and a touch of peace within the rhythm of the quarter. As midnight settles over the red light quarter, the women gather briefly in the common room, a small circle of warmth and quiet companionship. Soft voices exchange stories and advice, whispered confidences shared across the candlelight. A younger woman may seek guidance, an elder offers gentle counsel, and laughter occasionally drifts softly through the room. This midnight gathering is more than ritual. It is a pause, a space to breathe, to share the weight of the night, and to reaffirm the bonds that sustain them. Even for a short while, the quarter feels like a sanctuary, a place where strength, resilience, and friendship guiding each woman through the long hours ahead. While some women attend to visitors, others keep a gentle watch over the household. Eyes scan softly, noticing small shifts in the quiet rooms, listening for the faintest signs of trouble. Hands are ready, not in haste but in quiet preparedness. This watch is subtle and unspoken, a silent reassurance that the house is safe, that friends are protected, and that the rhythm of the night continues smoothly. Even in the quietest moments, there is purpose, a steady awareness that balances calm with vigilance. It is a dance of care and attention, performed with grace, ensuring the women can move through the night with safety, confidence, and quiet peace. Outside the windows, The narrow streets of the quarter are alive with whispers and footsteps. The women share stories of the streets, tales of merchants passing through, neighbors offering small kindnesses, and the occasional mischief that finds its way to their doorstep. These stories carry lessons, gentle reminders of how to navigate the world beyond the house. They speak of patience, awareness, and quiet cleverness. Even in retelling, there is comfort, a sense of connection to the neighborhood, to the city, and to the ever-changing flow of life outside. Through these whispered narratives, the women maintain a soft awareness of the world around them, learning, remembering, and quietly preparing for whatever the night may bring. Even amid the long night, laughter finds its way softly into the quarters. A small joke, a shared memory, or a playful glance brings warmth to the shadowed rooms and candlelit corners. This gentle laughter is more than amusement. It is a thread of light weaving through the challenges, a reminder that even in hardship, there is space for joy, connection, and human warmth. The women smile quietly at one another, sharing in these fleeting moments of ease. The sound drifts like a soft melody, comforting, reassuring, and quietly uplifting. In these subtle echoes of happiness, the quarter feels alive, resilient, and whole, as the women continue to move gracefully through the rhythm of the night. In the stillness of the deep night, the women pause for quiet reflection. Some sit by the faint glow of a candle, hands folded, eyes distant, thinking of family, past journeys, or the simple wishes they carry in their hearts. Others whisper soft prayers, not always for miracles, but for safety, guidance, and the small comforts that make each night manageable. These moments are private, yet filled with shared understanding. Even in silence, the house hums with life, and the women feel the gentle reassurance that they are part of a community, connected by the rhythm of shared experience. Reflection brings calm, preparing them for the hours still ahead, and reminding them gently of resilience, hope, and quiet strength. As the night deepens further, a quiet settling envelopes the house. The rooms are still, save for the soft rustle of fabric or the faint creak of a floorboard as a woman moves. Candles burn low, casting gentle shadows that dance along the walls. The women pause to catch their breath, to sip a warm drink, or simply to rest their weary hands and minds. The earlier bustle fades into a gentle hum, the rhythm of the house now slower, softer. Even amidst exhaustion, there is comfort in the shared calm. A glance exchanged, a soft nod, reminds each woman that she is not alone, that resilience and care surround her. In the quiet heart of the red light quarter, the first hints of dawn brush softly against the horizon, casting pale light through the narrow windows of the quarter. The house is quiet now, save for the faint rustle of women moving slowly, tidying the small remnants of the night. A broom sweeps across the worn wooden floor. Cloths are folded with care, and the lingering aroma of herbs and faint candle smoke fills the air like a gentle memory of the night before. In these final hours before the city awakens fully, there is time for reflection, for soft conversation, and for a moment of stillness. The women sit quietly, listening to the slow rhythm of the streets outside, feeling the pulse of the city in its gentle awakening. Even the tired bodies carry a quiet pride in the nights survived, in the care they gave each other, and in the bonds woven through whispered words and shared glances. This is the gentle pause, the fragile calm before the day begins, a time to gather strength, to remember the enduring resilience that carries them forward, and to hold close the quiet hope that tomorrow will bring more than hardship, that moments of warmth and laughter will once again fill the rooms they call home. As the pale light of dawn spreads across the quarter, the women begin their morning rituals, each movement deliberate, gentle, and unhurried. Some sweep the floors, brushing away the dust and tiny scraps left from the night. Others arrange the small tables and chairs, straightening linens and folding worn garments with care. The faint scent of herbs mingles with the crisp morning air, bringing a sense of freshness and renewal. Quiet conversations drift through the rooms, soft laughter, murmured advice, and shared reflections. Even in these mundane tasks, there is a rhythm that soothes the mind, a gentle acknowledgement of order in a world that can be chaotic. The women pause occasionally, taking a slow sip of warm tea, feeling the comforting weight of the cup in their hands. These small acts, simple and understated, are their way of grounding themselves, of connecting to the house, to each other, and to the quiet strength that carries them through long days and nights. Morning is a time for preparation, for hope and for small joys, a chance to breathe before the city fully awakens, and before the next chapter of the day unfolds. As the city slowly stirs, the first visitors approach the red light quarter. Some are familiar faces, greeted with soft smiles and knowing glances. Others are strangers, their presence noted carefully, assessed quietly, and approached with gentle skill. The women move with measured grace, balancing hospitality with vigilance. Every word spoken, every gesture made, carries subtle meaning, a language learned over countless nights, a rhythm that blends service with protection. Coins clink softly in small hands, exchanging for attention, for conversation, for care. Even the smallest interaction is imbued with thoughtfulness, as each woman maintains awareness of her surroundings, her colleagues, and the unspoken flow of the household. In these early hours, there is a tender energy that mixes anticipation with calm. The quarter awakens gently, alive with purpose, and held together by the quiet, enduring strength of the women who call it home. As the morning unfolds, the women move through their duties with a quiet rhythm, soft footsteps on worn wooden floors, delicate gestures that carry both care and awareness. Some tend to visitors, their voices calm and soothing, their smiles gentle, while keeping a watchful eye on the room. Others prepare food, arranging simple meals with quiet attention, or wash linens with care, listening to the soft splash of water and the faint creak of buckets. Each action, no matter how small, contributes to the harmony of the household. There is an unspoken understanding among them, a subtle choreography of movement and awareness that ensures safety, efficiency, and a touch of comfort for all who enter the quarter. Even amidst tasks and responsibilities, there is a quiet joy in the rhythm of work, in the gentle flow of daily life, and in the soft bonds of trust and friendship that hold the house together. This is the heart of their day, a steady, unhurried rhythm that carries them through hours of labor, reminding them of resilience, patience, and shared strength. Between tasks and quiet moments, the women share whispers of advice, lessons learned from nights past, and gentle guidance for navigating the subtle challenges of their world. An elder may lean close, her voice soft yet firm, offering a tip about reading a visitor's mood, or how to handle a delicate situation with tact and care. Younger women listen intently, absorbing the wisdom carried in each word, each pause, each knowing glance. These exchanges are never rushed. They are moments of mentorship, of connection, of shared understanding. Even a small piece of guidance can shape the way a woman moves through her day, her night, and the life she weaves in the quarter. Through these whispers, the threads of experience and resilience are passed along, strengthening not only the individual, but the community as a whole, and reminding every woman that she is part of a living, breathing network of care, wisdom, and quiet strength. Amid the gentle hum of activity, there are quiet corners in the house, small spaces where a woman can pause, breathe, and gather herself. A soft chair by a sunlit window, the faint rustle of fabric on a bed, or a moment by the hearth, offers a brief respite from the rhythm of work. In these moments, thoughts drift softly, memories of home, fleeting dreams of a different life, or simple reflections on the night and day that have passed. Even the smallest pause carries meaning, reminding the women of their resilience, their care for one another, and the gentle persistence that guides them through each hour. These quiet corners are not escapes. but sanctuaries, small, sacred spaces, where strength is renewed and hope, even if fragile, is nurtured for the hours yet to come. Even in the midst of work, soft conversation drifts through the rooms of the quarter. Whispers and low laughter weave a gentle tapestry of connection, sharing news from the streets, reminders of old lessons, or quiet encouragement for one another. These conversations are not hurried. Each word carries thought. Each pause holds meaning. In speaking and listening, the women find reassurance, a sense of belonging, and a quiet joy that softens the burdens of their daily lives. The gentle flow of conversation sustains them, linking each woman to the others and to the pulse of the house itself. It reminds them that even amidst routine, amidst hardship, there is life, warmth, and resilience, woven into every shared word. As the day stretches onward, there comes a soft, natural pause in the rhythm of the house. Some women rest quietly in their rooms, hands folded over soft linens, eyes closing for a moment of gentle reprieve. Others linger in the common areas, sipping warm drinks, or exchanging whispered thoughts with a friend nearby. This pause is unhurried, a breath between the demands of the day, allowing the body to recover, the mind to wander gently, and the heart to remember moments of simple comfort. Even in stillness, the house hums softly, a creaking floorboard, the distant laughter of a neighbor, or the faint clink of coins being counted. These subtle sounds become a lullaby of continuity, a reminder that life carries on, and that each woman is supported, seen, and connected within the quiet heartbeat of their community. As the afternoon wanes, the women begin their evening preparations, moving slowly, deliberately, attuning themselves to the rhythm of the approaching night. They arrange linens, check small supplies, and ready the rooms with quiet care. Every gesture is purposeful, every movement measured, ensuring that the house will flow smoothly when the night begins in full. There is a calm focus in these moments, a shared understanding that preparation is protection, that attention to detail nurtures safety, comfort, and harmony. Even as tiredness tugs at their bodies, there is a quiet pride in the work, a soft satisfaction in readiness, and a gentle anticipation for the hours ahead. The house feels alive in its stillness, filled with the unseen threads of care, vigilance, and community that will guide the women through the coming night. As the sun finally dips below the horizon, the red light quarter softens under the gentle cloak of night. The women move through the rooms with practiced ease, readying themselves for the rhythm of the night ahead. Candles flicker softly, casting dancing shadows on the walls, and the familiar sounds of the house, rustling fabrics, muted laughter, gentle footsteps, create a comforting symphony of life and resilience. In the quiet moments before visitors arrive, the women pause to reflect. They think of small victories from earlier days, of laughter shared, of lessons learned, and of bonds strengthened through whispered confidences. Hope lingers like a soft glow, a steady reminder that even amidst hardship, there is warmth, solidarity, and quiet strength. Nightfall in the quarter is not an end, but a continuation of life's intricate rhythm. The women embrace the coming hours with grace, anchored in experience, guided by intuition, and united by the enduring ties of care, friendship, and resilience. As the city sleeps around them, the house hums softly, a gentle heartbeat that carries them through another night, and whispers of quiet courage, gentle laughter, and steadfast hope. As the night deepens, the narrow alleys beyond the house carry whispers of secrets. The women move carefully, listening to the subtle sounds of footsteps, doors opening softly, and the quiet rustle of unseen figures. Here, every shadow has meaning, every faint noise is observed, and every small action may reveal a story. In these moments, the women's senses are heightened, trained to notice what others might overlook. A dropped coin, a hurried glance, a muted laugh, all carry hints, small signals of trust or caution. These alleys, though dark and unpredictable, are familiar landscapes to the women, They know their twists and turns, the hidden corners where whispers linger, and the small, quiet ways to navigate safely. Through careful observation, they move with grace, turning every shadow into guidance, and every whispered secret into a quiet strength that carries them gently through the night. In the quiet corners of the house, a single candle flickers softly, casting gentle shadows across worn wooden walls. The women move quietly around the light, performing small tasks with care, folding linens, arranging herbs, or simply pausing to let their hands rest for a moment. The candlelight is more than illumination. It is a small anchor in the vast darkness of the night, offering warmth, reassurance, and a soft sense of presence. It highlights the beauty in small, ordinary acts, reminding the women that even in hardship, there is light, however subtle, to guide the way. The flicker dances gently, mirroring the rhythm of their thoughts, a delicate balance of reflection, hope, and quiet focus. And as they move through the dimly lit rooms, the women carry with them a sense of calm, of shared strength, and of the enduring pulse that sustains their world through each night. Through the narrow hallways of the house, soft whispers drift like gentle currents of air. The women exchange quiet words, offering guidance, reassurance, or a subtle warning. Each voice is measured, each phrase carries weight, yet spoken softly enough to maintain the peace of the house. Even the smallest whisper holds meaning, a nod to past experience, a hint of caution, or a quiet gesture of care for one another. In these hallways, connections are strengthened, trust is nurtured, and a shared understanding of resilience and vigilance flows silently. The gentle murmur becomes a rhythm of the house, a soft heartbeat that guides and sustains every woman within its walls. As the night stretches gently onward, the women find comfort in the familiar rhythms of their routine. Simple tasks, arranging bedding, preparing small meals, tending to quiet corners of the house, are performed with careful attention, their repetition bringing a soothing predictability to the hours. Even in the midst of unpredictability outside, the routine inside offers a gentle stability. It is a quiet reminder that, no matter the challenges, there is structure, there is order, and there is a space where each woman knows her role, and the roles of those around her. In the soft cadence of work and shared tasks, they find reassurance, a subtle sense of safety, and the gentle comfort of continuity. Through these familiar motions, hope and resilience are quietly nurtured, carrying them softly into the deeper hours of the night. Amid the shadows of the evening, soft laughter rises gently through the rooms of the house. A small joke shared, a playful glance exchanged, or a memory recalled brings warmth to the quiet spaces between tasks. This laughter is subtle, never loud or intrusive, but it carries a profound sense of connection. It reminds the women of the bonds they share, of moments of joy that survive even in hardship, and of the gentle humanity that permeates their lives. In these fleeting sounds, there is a quiet release of tension, a soft balm for tired minds and bodies, and a reassurance that even in the night, there is room for lightness, for warmth, and for the simple pleasure of being seen, understood, and accompanied. Through the slightly open windows, a gentle night breeze drifts into the rooms, carrying with it the distant sounds of the sleeping city. The air brushes softly against the skin, cooling weary bodies, and rustling the pages of small, worn notebooks, where a few women quietly write or sketch. This breeze is a quiet companion, a subtle reminder of the world beyond the walls, of life continuing in the streets, and of the slow, steady passage of time. As the women pause to feel the air, there is a sense of renewal, a gentle clearing of thoughts, and a quiet preparation for the hours yet to come. Even in stillness, the world moves, and the women move with it, carrying grace, awareness, and quiet strength through the night. In the dim glow of the hearth, warmth spreads slowly through the rooms, touching tired hands and chilled shoulders alike. Some women sit close to the fire, watching the gentle flicker of flames, lost in thought or quietly listening to the soft murmur of voices around them. The hearth is more than warmth. It is a center of calm, a place of quiet gathering, where stories are shared in whispers, where guidance and care pass softly between generations, and where the pulse of the house feels steady, safe, and enduring. Here, in this gentle glow, resilience is nurtured, memories are honored, and hope lingers quietly, like the faint embers of a fire that promises light through the long night ahead. As the night deepens, the women gather quietly in a corner of the house, where the soft glow of a single candle casts long, dancing shadows across the walls. They speak in hushed tones, sharing whispered stories of nights past, of travelers met, of fleeting friendships, and of moments of laughter and quiet triumph that the world outside will never see. Each story unfolds slowly, deliberately, like a gentle river moving through a hidden valley. The words carry wisdom, caution, and gentle humor, reminders of survival, resilience, and the bonds they share. The voices rise and fall in soft cadence, blending seamlessly with the faint crackle of the candle, the subtle creak of floorboards, and the distant murmur of the sleeping streets. Even the quietest sounds become part of the story, weaving a comforting, rhythmic lullaby that cradles each woman in its gentle embrace. In these whispered tales, there is a sense of continuity, a bridge between nights lived and nights yet to come. Hope lingers softly here, nestled in laughter and memory, and in the steady, unspoken reassurance that they are never truly alone. The candle flickers once more, casting a soft glow over attentive faces, and the quiet heartbeat of the house echoes gently through the night, a testament to the enduring strength, care, and warmth that binds this small community together. As the night deepens, shadows stretch and shift across the rooms, moving gently with the flicker of candlelight and the soft sigh of the wind outside. The women move through these shadows with quiet confidence, their steps measured, their senses alert yet unhurried. Each creak of the floor, each muted whisper from a distant room, becomes part of the rhythm they have come to know so well. In the soft darkness, there is a sense of intimacy, an unspoken understanding that binds them together. They glance at one another, a shared look, a nod, a subtle smile. And in that moment, no words are needed to convey care, trust, or reassurance. Even as the world outside sleeps, the house pulses with life. Soft laughter, gentle murmurs, the distant clink of coins, and the quiet murmur of conversations that weave through the night like a gentle lullaby. The shadows themselves seem alive, dancing quietly along the walls, mirroring the movement of the women, and reminding them of the delicate balance between vigilance and ease, between survival and the small, precious joys that make this place a home. Here, in the heart of the night, they find both calm and strength, a gentle assurance that they are seen, supported, and quietly remarkable in the way they navigate the darkness together. Through the hushed rooms of the house, a gentle rhythm flows, soft and unbroken. Some women tend quietly to small tasks, folding linens, preparing simple drinks, arranging herbs and ointments with care. Each motion is deliberate, measured, performed with patience and the awareness that even the smallest gesture carries meaning. Others move among the rooms with soft steps, checking on colleagues, offering quiet words of encouragement, or simply sharing a glance that says, "You are not alone in this night." The rhythm is unspoken but deeply understood, a cadence born of experience, empathy, and shared responsibility. It carries the women gently through the hours, linking tasks, movement, and care into a seamless flow that sustains both body and spirit. In this rhythm, there is a subtle joy, a recognition of the beauty in quiet service, and the unspoken power of community. It is a lullaby of presence and purpose, guiding each woman softly through the long, gentle night, reminding them of resilience, connection, and enduring strength. As the night settles fully, A soft glow from candles and lanterns fills the rooms, painting walls and furniture in gentle hues of gold and amber. The women move within this warm light, their motions slow, deliberate, and tender. Some pause by the window, feeling the cool night air brush their cheeks, listening to distant sounds from the sleeping city, a quiet melody of life that moves in parallel to their own. In these gentle hours, there is time for reflection, for small acts of kindness, and for quiet smiles shared between friends. Each woman carries her own stories, her own hopes and fears, and yet in this soft glow, there is a sense of unity, a shared rhythm, a collective heartbeat, and a gentle reassurance that they are not alone. Even amidst the challenges of the day, even with the weight of survival and expectation, this soft evening light brings peace, a gentle reminder of endurance, warmth, and quiet joy, carried softly through the long, tranquil night. Even as the night deepens, a gentle murmur flows through the house. Soft footsteps on worn floors, quiet conversations, and the delicate rustle of fabrics as women move gracefully between tasks. Each action is performed with care, whether arranging linens, preparing small meals, or tending to a colleague who needs comfort. The quiet repetition of these movements forms a gentle rhythm, a heartbeat that anchors the house and nurtures both mind and body. In the soft murmur, there is solace and reassurance, a reminder that every woman contributes to the shared safety, warmth, and strength of the home. Even the smallest gesture carries significance, woven into the invisible threads of care and trust that sustain the community through the night. Through this soft, constant rhythm, the house breathes as one, and each woman moves gently with it, guided by experience, empathy, and the quiet, enduring strength of solidarity. Amid the soft murmur of the house, there are rare moments of stillness, when the bustle slows, and the women pause to simply breathe. In these quiet pauses, thoughts drift gently like clouds across the sky, touching memories of home, dreams of distant places, and the small victories of days that have passed. The air feels heavier with calm, yet lighter with the comfort of shared presence. Even a single glance exchanged across a room carries the weight of trust and care, a silent acknowledgement of resilience and of the unspoken support that threads through their lives. Stillness becomes a sanctuary, a fragile, sacred space amidst the constant rhythm of survival. It allows hearts to rest, minds to wander, and spirits to recharge softly, preparing for the gentle unfolding of the night ahead. Here in these moments, there is a quiet peace, a subtle celebration of endurance, and a tender reminder that even in darkness, there is light, and even in challenge, there is connection. As the night stretches onward, small chores continue in a quiet, unhurried rhythm. Some women move gently through the rooms, sweeping floors with slow, deliberate motions, or folding garments with care. Others arrange simple meals or refresh the small candle flames, their actions guided by habit, experience, and a tender awareness of the shared space they inhabit. There is a soft lull to these chores, a meditation in motion, where each repeated action brings a subtle comfort. The rhythm is not hurried, it is deliberate, a gentle counterpoint to the chaos of the outside world. In this gentle labor, the women find both purpose and solace. Each task, though small, contributes to the safety, warmth, and harmony of the household. And through these quiet, steady movements, the house hums softly, like a lullaby of presence and care, carrying all within it toward rest, peace, and gentle endurance. In the gentle hush of the night, the women gather in small clusters, their voices low, measured, and soft, sharing secrets that belong only to these walls. Stories of the day, of fleeting encounters with strangers, or moments of quiet triumph, are passed carefully from one to another. Each secret carries weight, a delicate thread weaving trust between them. A shared glance, a whispered word, or a slight nod reinforces the bonds that keep the household steady and resilient. These exchanges are more than conversation. They are acts of solidarity, tiny affirmations that even in hardship, they are seen, understood, and valued. In the quiet of these moments, the house breathes as one, and a sense of calm, strength, and connection settles softly into the night. The women return to their tasks or repose, carrying with them the comfort of being heard and the gentle reassurance that the threads of trust and care will hold them through the hours ahead. The night flows like a slow, quiet river through the house, each movement and sound blending into a subtle, comforting rhythm. Some women tend to the rooms with soft, careful motions, arranging bedding, straightening garments, or checking small corners for cleanliness and order. Others pause by the window, watching the moonlight spill gently across the streets, a pale silver glow that guides their thoughts and hearts alike. There is a quiet harmony in these movements, a synchrony born of experience, care, and shared understanding. Even amidst the shadows and uncertainties, there is order, continuity, and the reassuring pulse of life. In this rhythm, the women find solace and strength, a soft lull that carries both body and spirit through the long, tranquil hours of the night. It is a gentle reminder that even in darkness, there is grace, and even in challenge, there is unity and resilience. In the hushed corners of the house, shadows stretch softly along the walls, creating small, intimate spaces where thoughts and dreams can linger. Some women find themselves in these corners, pausing for a moment of solitude, running a hand through weary hair, or quietly reflecting on the day that has passed. The quiet is not emptiness. It is a gentle presence, a pause in the rhythm of tasks and whispers, a moment to breathe, to gather strength, and to prepare for what the night may yet bring. Even in these still spaces, connection is never fully lost. A glance from across the room, the faintest hum of a song, or a shared smile carries reassurance, a reminder that the house holds them all together, even when separated by walls or distance. In the soft embrace of these corners, there is calm, there is reflection, and there is the quiet, enduring pulse of resilience, care, and hope that sustains the women through the night. As the house settles deeper into the night, soft whispers flow gently through the rooms, carrying quiet observations, subtle guidance, and words of reassurance between the women. Some move with delicate attentiveness, checking that each corner is safe, that beds are arranged with care, and that candles burn steadily, offering their warm, steady light. The whispers are more than mere words. They are acts of care, small rituals of protection, and quiet affirmations of the bonds that hold the household together. Even the faintest sound, a cough, the rustle of fabric, or the soft creak of a floorboard, is met with patience and understanding. The night becomes a gentle dance of vigilance and tenderness, where every action, glance, and whisper carries the weight of connection, empathy, and shared strength. In this flowing rhythm, the women find peace, sense of belonging, and a quiet, unspoken comfort that carries them softly through the dark hours, preparing them for the first hints of dawn. Through the stillness of the night, a quiet vigilance hums softly within the house. Some women walk slowly through the rooms, their eyes attentive, ears tuned to every subtle sound. A handle flickers, a floorboard creaks, the wind whispers through the slightly open window, each signal met with a careful glance, a silent gesture, or a whispered reassurance. This gentle vigilance is not anxiety. It is the rhythm of care and protection, the quiet act of looking after one another, with a steady, unwavering presence. Even in the darkness, there is warmth. The house breathes as one, its pulse guided by empathy, experience, and shared understanding. Each woman knows her role, each movement is purposeful, and the soft hum of attentiveness becomes a lullaby of safety, strength, and subtle companionship. Here in the quiet hours, resilience thrives, trust is quietly reaffirmed, and the gentle vigil carries all softly toward the approaching dawn. As the night slowly yields to the early light, soft shades of pink and gold begin to touch the edges of the sky. Inside the house, a quiet transformation stirs. Some women stretch gently, rubbing sleep from tired eyes, while others pause by windows, watching the first whispers of morning slip over the rooftops. The soft illumination brings clarity, casting a warm glow across familiar rooms, revealing small details often hidden in the night. Folded linens, simple trinkets, and quiet corners where laughter lingered hours before. In this tranquil moment, there is a sense of renewal, a gentle reminder that even after the longest, darkest night, there is light, there is hope, and there is the enduring rhythm of life. The women move softly, preparing for the day ahead, carrying with them the calm, resilience, and solidarity that has guided them through the night. And as the city awakens, the house stands quietly proud, a sanctuary of care, strength, and gentle continuity. With the first soft light of morning spilling into the rooms, a new rhythm begins to stir. Some women move quietly, attending to small chores, sweeping floors, arranging linens, preparing modest breakfasts, or tidying the corners of their shared home. The air carries a faint warmth, mixed with the subtle sense of bread, herbs, and the lingering glow of candle wax. Every action is gentle, unhurried, deliberate, a careful orchestration of care, patience, and quiet attention. In these early hours, there is a sense of calm resilience, an awareness that the new day will bring its own challenges, but also its own opportunities for laughter, connection, and small joys. The women move through this rhythm together, sharing nods, brief smiles, and unspoken understanding. Their bond strengthened not only by survival, but by these moments of calm, shared labor, and the soft certainty of belonging. In the quiet beginning of the day, there is hope, continuity, and the gentle assurance that life, in its steady, enduring flow, will carry them forward once more. The aroma of simple morning fare drifts softly through the house, mixing with the quiet sounds of movement, the rustle of cloth, the gentle clink of bowls, and the soft murmurs of conversation. Women gather around modest tables, sharing bread, stew, or whatever little provisions have been prepared. It is not a lavish meal, but a quiet, nourishing ritual, a moment of connection and grounding before the day fully awakens. Conversations are gentle and measured, stories of past nights, small worries, and tiny joys, passing between friends like a comforting melody. A glance, a smile, a nod. These small gestures speak volumes in this space of shared trust and care. Even in these humble moments, there is laughter tucked into pauses, and empathy flowing softly from one to another. The shared breakfast becomes more than nourishment. It is a reaffirmation of community, a quiet ceremony of resilience, warmth, and the enduring bonds that hold the household together. As the women eat, they prepare their minds and hearts for the rhythm of the coming day, carrying with them the gentle strength of these shared, tender moments. After breakfast, the soft hum of activity spreads through the rooms, each woman moving gently through her tasks, attending to the small details that make the house feel whole and cared for. Some sweep the floors, while others arrange bedding or polish simple trinkets. The rhythm of these movements is unhurried, a gentle choreography of patience, care, and attentiveness. In the quiet focus of tidying, there is a meditation of sorts, a way to prepare both the body and the mind for the day ahead. Even the smallest gesture, folding a cloth, arranging a candle, becomes an act of mindfulness and gentle purpose. Soft glances are exchanged, and quiet words of encouragement pass between them, reinforcing the bonds that sustain the household. In these subtle acts of care, there is not only order, but also reassurance, a steady heartbeat of trust, resilience, and communal strength. The house, once still and shadowed, now feels alive in a quiet, comforting way, carrying the energy of gentle preparation and the enduring, tender pulse of a home held together by care, diligence, and shared presence. With chores underway, Soft conversations ripple quietly through the house, mixing with the gentle sounds of movement and small tasks. Women speak in measured tones, sharing stories of past experiences, dreams for the future, and small pieces of advice learned through the rhythm of their lives. Laughter rises softly in corners, like birdsong threading through a still morning. Even the simplest exchanges carry warmth and reassurance. A whispered encouragement, a knowing glance, or a gentle smile conveys trust, understanding, and connection. In this calm flow of words, the house breathes with quiet energy, a pulse of empathy and companionship that sustains the women as they move through their morning. It is a time of subtle learning, gentle reflection, and reaffirmation of the bonds that make the household not just a place of work, but a sanctuary of support, strength, and shared humanity. Through these soft, deliberate conversations, the women find comfort and quiet joy, preparing both heart and mind for the rhythm of the day that lies ahead. As the morning unfolds, gentle movements and quiet gestures fill the house with warmth. Some women bring a warm cup of broth to a colleague, while others quietly mend garments or tidy small corners. These are simple acts, almost unnoticed, but each carries care, attention, and a deep sense of solidarity. Even a shared smile or a brief nod becomes a small beacon of comfort, a reminder that in the midst of challenges, they are not alone. Through these quiet acts, the women sustain one another, reinforcing the bonds that make this house a home, a sanctuary of trust, resilience, and mutual care. Every gesture, no matter how small, contributes to a rhythm of support and empathy, a subtle pulse of kindness that threads through the walls, softly guiding each woman through the morning, and reminding all that tenderness and attention can carry one through even the most difficult days. As the morning light deepens, there are moments when the women pause, allowing their minds to wander gently, reflecting on the days behind and the days ahead. Some sit by windows, watching the soft movement of life in the streets below, the distant chatter of merchants, the clatter of carts, or the glimmer of sunlight catching the rooftops. These quiet reflections are a time to breathe, to feel the weight of experience, and to acknowledge both challenges and small triumphs. Thoughts drift like slow clouds, touching memories of home, family, and fleeting joys. Even amidst uncertainty and hardship, there is gratitude for survival, for companionship, and for the subtle strength discovered in each passing day. In these still, gentle moments, resilience grows quietly, and a soft hope settles into the heart, reminding them that, no matter how trying life may be, each day carries the possibility of connection, of calm, and of small, enduring victories. As the morning stretches on, the women move through the house in a gentle, coordinated rhythm, attending to chores, preparing simple meals, and ensuring that every corner is cared for. The rhythm is slow, deliberate, and almost meditative. Sweeping, folding, arranging, and cleaning become soft movements of mindfulness, each action an expression of care not just for the space, but for the people who inhabit it. Even amidst the simplicity of these tasks, there is a subtle joy and satisfaction. A neatly arranged table, a freshly swept floor, or a corner tidied with attention becomes a quiet victory, a token of purpose, and a gentle reassurance that the house and its inhabitants are tended with care. Shared labor threads the women together, not merely through necessity, but through the rhythm of connection, the soft pulse of community, and the steady, comforting flow of life within these walls. In this calm cadence, there is strength, there is unity, and a quiet acknowledgement that each small effort contributes to a home built on resilience, trust, and the gentle power of shared presence. In the quiet of the morning, soft voices rise and fall, telling stories that are at once personal and universal. Some women speak of fleeting moments with strangers, of laughter shared or challenges faced. Others recount memories of childhood, of homes left behind, or dreams that linger softly in the mind. These exchanges are gentle, carried with care and attention, as each listener absorbs the words with empathy and understanding. A shared story becomes a bridge, linking past to present, one woman to another, and reinforcing the subtle bonds that make this house a sanctuary. Even in the simplicity of these moments, there is richness, depth, and comfort. The stories carry lessons, solace, and quiet joy. A gentle reminder that, in telling and listening, connection deepens, trust strengthens, and the house becomes more than walls. It becomes a living, breathing home. In these quiet exchanges, resilience is nurtured, hearts are soothed, and the women carry forward, with a soft, enduring hope that life's rhythm, though challenging, is also tender, sustaining, and shared. As the morning moves quietly onward, there comes a gentle pause in the rhythm of the house. Some women sit or lean quietly, hands folded, eyes soft, absorbing the warmth of sunlight filtering through windows, and the subtle hum of daily life around them. This pause is not empty. It is a quiet gathering of thought, a moment to rest the body, to center the mind, and to savor the calm that threads between tasks and conversations. The air carries a subtle peace, broken only by the faint rustle of fabric or the soft clink of utensils, reminders of the continued flow of life. In this gentle moment, hearts are steadied, spirits are renewed, and the women find quiet strength in stillness, presence, and the enduring rhythm of their shared home. Even amidst the challenges of life outside, these pauses allow reflection, tenderness, and the soft reassurance that the day, though long, will be carried with grace, care, and quiet resilience. As the soft morning light grows warmer, the women begin to shift from moments of reflection back into the rhythm of daily life. They move gently through the house, tidying spaces, arranging simple meals, and preparing for whatever the day may bring. Each motion is deliberate, measured, and calm, a quiet orchestration of care and continuity. Conversations are gentle and supportive, sharing small advice, reminders, or encouragement. There is a subtle harmony in their movements, a shared understanding that the day is best approached together, with patience, attentiveness, and gentle purpose. Even the simplest gestures, folding cloth, stirring a pot, or offering a warm glance to a companion, carry reassurance and strengthen the bonds within the household. In these early hours, hope threads softly through the walls, resilience builds in quiet ways, and the women carry forward with a steady, enduring rhythm of care, connection, and quiet strength, ready to face the unfolding day as one. The house hums softly with the gentle flow of morning, each movement blending seamlessly with the next. Some women carry baskets of fresh bread, others sweep quietly, while a few tend to small tasks, patching clothing, organizing simple utensils, or arranging tiny corners where sunlight catches softly. There is a calm rhythm here, an unspoken choreography of care, where each action, however small, contributes to the well-being of the house and its inhabitants. The soft murmur of conversation threads through this activity, stories told in measured tones, laughs tucked quietly between sentences, and glances that convey reassurance and solidarity. In this gentle flow, the women find not only efficiency, but comfort, a quiet reminder that the rhythm of life, even amidst uncertainty, carries with it continuity, presence, and connection. The morning stretches on, soft and patient, holding space for reflection, preparation, and the enduring, tender bonds that shape this house into a sanctuary where care and resilience exist in every gentle movement. As the morning deepens, there is time for small comforts, the subtle rituals that make the house feel like home. Some women settle briefly with a warm drink, while others exchange quiet smiles or gentle words of encouragement. A soft touch on a shoulder, a whispered, "Take care," or the careful passing of a freshly folded cloth becomes a quiet act of connection. These shared moments are tender and understated, woven into the rhythm of chores and daily tasks. They remind each woman that she is seen, that she is valued, and that she belongs to this small, resilient community. Even in the simplest gestures, tidying a corner together, passing a plate of food, or leaning close to listen, there is warmth, trust, and an enduring sense of solidarity. In these gentle exchanges, the women draw strength, renew hope, and carry forward the quiet, sustaining bonds that allow them to face the challenges of the day with patience, grace, and a shared heart. As the morning drifts slowly toward midday, the house settles into a subtle, comforting rhythm. Some women move through rooms tidying and preparing, while others pause to share a quiet word or to observe the gentle light playing across the floors. Even the simplest activities, sweeping, folding, arranging, take on a meditative quality, a soft cadence that brings calm and focus. The rhythm of daily life here is measured and intentional, each gesture contributing to the well-being of all. A glance exchanged, a nod of understanding, or the passing of a small gift or token becomes part of the quiet pulse that sustains the household. Within this rhythm, resilience, trust, and solidarity thrive. The women carry forward together, gentle and patient, anchored by shared care, empathy, and the enduring strength of their subtle, interconnected routines. Even amidst the challenges that lie beyond these walls, the rhythm within offers a quiet refuge, a space where calm, hope, and quiet resilience are nurtured with every small, deliberate act. As the morning slowly drifts into the warmth of midday, there are pauses when the house breathes quietly, and the women find brief moments for reflection. Some sit by windows, watching sunlight spill across cobblestone streets, noticing the delicate movements of birds or the soft sway of leaves. Others simply rest for a moment, hands folded, eyes soft, allowing thoughts to wander gently through memory and possibility. These moments of quiet reflection are sacred, a chance to gather strength, to consider the journey ahead, and to honor the resilience that has carried them through past challenges. Even the briefest pause offers clarity, a gentle reassurance that they are part of something larger, something enduring, where care, empathy, and shared humanity bind the household together. In these soft, reflective spaces, hope whispers gently, resilience grows quietly, and the rhythm of life continues, steady, calm, and unhurried, guiding each woman forward into the unfolding day. As midday settles gently over the house, there are moments when women gather to offer guidance, softly sharing insights gleaned from experience. A whispered tip about handling a challenging customer, a gentle suggestion for caring for an aching back, or advice about preserving small treasures. These exchanges are quiet, practical, and caring. The words flow softly, without hurry or judgment, like a gentle stream winding through familiar rooms. Each piece of advice carries warmth, a subtle reminder that knowledge is a gift, and that shared wisdom strengthens the bonds between them. In this gentle sharing, trust and empathy grow quietly as each woman learns, listens, and absorbs the lessons of those who have walked these paths before her. Even in the simplicity of spoken counsel, there is power, comfort, and connection, a quiet force that sustains the household, guiding hearts and minds through the rhythm of daily life, and ensuring that care, resilience, and understanding are passed forward softly, deliberately, and lovingly. As the sun climbs higher in the sky, a warm, gentle light fills the house, casting soft shadows that move slowly across the floors and walls. The women adjust to this new rhythm of the day, tidying, preparing small meals, and attending to the subtle needs of the home and each other. Every movement is quiet and deliberate, carrying with it the soft pulse of care, attentiveness, and shared understanding. In these afternoon hours, there is a calm focus on the present moment, on the small actions that sustain life, and on the gentle bonds that weave the household together. Even amidst the uncertainty beyond the walls, the women find solace in routine, in quiet gestures of kindness, and in the enduring rhythm of shared presence. The soft arrival of afternoon carries with it both reflection and preparation, a steady, gentle flow that guides the day forward, ensuring that patience, empathy, and care remain at the heart of their lives. As the afternoon settles gently over the house, soft laughter rises quietly, threading through the rooms like a gentle melody. A small joke, a playful remark, or a shared memory sparks this laughter, bringing warmth and lightness into the otherwise steady rhythm of daily life. The sound is soft but genuine, a subtle reminder of the joy that exists even amidst challenge. These moments of shared amusement reinforce bonds, ease tensions, and offer brief reprieves from the weight of daily responsibilities. Eyes meet, smiles are exchanged, and for a fleeting instant, all worries seem a little lighter, all burdens a little less heavy. Even the smallest spark of laughter carries resilience, hope, and connection, quietly nurturing the spirit and reminding each woman that joy, however simple or fleeting, is an essential part of the life they share. In these gentle bursts of mirth, the house feels alive with warmth, and the women move forward with lightened hearts, ready to continue their day with calm, grace, and subtle strength. As the day begins its slow descent toward evening, the house shifts once more, moving from the quiet rhythm of afternoon tasks into the anticipation of the night ahead. Women gather supplies, adjust bedding, and ensure that the spaces are ready for the routines to come. Even the smallest details, folding a cloth just so, placing utensils in their proper place, are attended to with care, as if every action carries a subtle blessing. The soft light fades gently through the windows, casting elongated shadows across the floors, and lending a peaceful, reflective quality to the house. In these hours, preparation becomes both practical and meditative, a quiet grounding that steadies the mind and readies the spirit for the rhythm of evening life. The sun dips lower, and a gentle hush settles over the house. The soft sounds of footsteps, whispered words, and the occasional clink of dishes fill the spaces, but always with a measured, tranquil cadence. In this time, the women pause to reflect on the day, to share small words of gratitude, encouragement, and gentle laughter that softens the edges of fatigue. They acknowledge the work completed, the moments of joy, and the bonds that have held them together through each task and challenge. Even amidst the uncertainties that tomorrow may bring, there is comfort in this shared evening rhythm, a soft reminder that connection, care, and solidarity carry them through the cycles of life. As night falls fully, the house quiets under a veil of soft darkness. The women settle in, some resting in simple beds, others sitting quietly, reflecting on the day's passage. The air carries the soft scent of herbs, faint fires, and the lingering warmth of shared presence. Even in stillness, the house breathes gently, its pulse a quiet testament to resilience, solidarity, and enduring hope. Outside, the city rests, but within these walls, life continues in memory and spirit. The women, bound by shared experience, carry forward the quiet strength of their community, ready to greet the coming day with patience, grace, and the gentle continuity of their intertwined lives. And so, the story of this day closes, a soft reflection on endurance, hope, and shared humanity, leaving a lingering sense of calm, comfort, and quiet wonder for the night ahead. As our journey through the quiet, resilient lives of these women comes to an end, let us take a moment to breathe, to reflect on the strength, solidarity, and hope that threads through each story we've shared. Though the world they inhabited was challenging and uncertain, their courage, laughter, and care for one another created warmth, continuity, and meaning in the midst of hardship. May we carry with us a sense of appreciation for the simple comforts of privacy, rest, and safety, for the small acts of kindness that make a house a home, and for the resilience that exists quietly within us all. If this journey has offered you calm, reflection, or a sense of wonder, please consider liking this video, sharing your thoughts in a gentle comment, and subscribing for more tranquil explorations through history. Thank you for joining me tonight. May your sleep be peaceful, your dreams gentle, and your morning filled with quiet hope.